This is it. This is it. Okay, we're ready to go. I just spoke to OBJ. He did a live on his own end by mistake. We're ready to go. We're ready. We're ready to go. We're ready. This is it. African Cinematic Universe. Where is he? OBJ will be a matter of seconds away. Accept. Accept. Here he is. OBJ, you're back.
Yes, I'm back.
That was absolutely hectic. I don't know what happened on Riverside, but I think we should jump right into it then. So, tell us who you are.
Yeah.
Tell us who you are. Tell us what you do, and then we can jump right into it.
Well, y'all know me by the name OBJ, the CEO and the president of the African Cinematic Universe. Actually, not the co-founder. The co-founder should have been here, but due to some technical issue, he is not here. And I'm actually just a producer to the African Cinematic Universe and also the CEO and also a student.
What do you
That's
study
all.
actually? You didn't tell me. What do you study?
Well, I'm actually not I've actually not went to college yet due to financial stuff. I'm just here doing this stuff and just waiting for to go to college.
Well, look,
College fees and
hopefully, you don't need to go to college. Hopefully, this career down this line will take you further than what college can do. So, jump into it then. Tell us about African Cinematic Universe. Just quickly, because we spoke about it before on the other interview, and you basically summarised it up quite well. So, go ahead and do that.
well, African Cinematic Universe, yeah, all know as a group of teenagers who shoot and edit a whole movie using a phone, a borrowed iPhone, and also an Amazon tablet, and I could say using CapCut for editing. That's all you know for the African Cinematic Universe. But the exact African Cinematic Universe is a whole bunch of people, teenagers who live as a family, not as teammates or cast members, but as a family trying to do something and trying to bring change to the face of movie industry, not only in Africa or Sierra Leone, but the entire world, trying to tell people that you can create with or without the exact budget of a specific movie to be done.
Well, that's what you said to me earlier. You said to me that you stuck by three values, and one of those values was belief. And you think that regardless of where you live in the world, you think belief is the most important thing that you need to succeed, which I completely agree and understand. So tell us then about the time where, well, what you said to me earlier, where you said about the way that you think compared to the bigger corporations, where you care more about people like myself that watched the 1 hour movie. You care more about the fans than maybe bigger corporations do.
Yeah, well, I would say before I answer to your question, Mr. Jimmy, there is someone here on the live by the name Filmic Ninja. He's also, he's the director and the editor of the African Cinematic Universe, whom I'll be yearning for, and the co-founder of the African Cinematic Universe, whom I'll be yearning for to be here. So he might send a request. I don't know. You might accept later on, but as for now, let me answer to your question. Now, the African Cinematic Universe, we are a group of people, like, we are actually doing this type of movie. We are we are trying to put smile on people's face. We are not actually doing movie to make us feel happy or doing movie to please ourselves or just trying to showcase our talent and be like, let's just relax. No, we are actually doing movie to people, for people to have this one thing, like, it's been a long time, like it's been years since I've watched a movie, sitting like a whole an hour movie, like smiling, happily watching it, like be like, wow, this was actually created with a phone, and be like, for real, was this all done by these people? Because if I could go back to time, I could say I could take example from the likes of Jackie Chan and who might I come? The Will Smith. Yeah. Those are the people that actually, whenever they do this movie stuff, like they always put smile on our face. Like they always give us this one thing. Like I'm actually here watching a whole movie with a happily ever after. And the African cinematic universe are people that I work with three things: belief, respect, unity. Those are the three things you can do to make a perfect movie. Because if I could say, like, likes of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the DC, they are just making a movie to generate money. They are not actually making a movie to put smile on our people's face. Like, you don't actually do movie based on personal basis. Yeah, the money is actually vital, but the most important thing about movies, it's about the fans to feel happy, to be happy while watching the entire movie. Stefan, if you, I will actually, please, would you please send up a request if you actually want to join the live, please?
So, when you started this off, what did you expect? Did you expect it to go as far as it went? Because the power of social media is something else in this 21st century, right?
Exactly. Well, I would say when we started this run first, like we are hoping and wishing for it to go this far, but there was this one thing that was holding us back. Like, you know, what might we give to people to get them up and running, like get them off their seats, going out shouting for us? Like, what might we give to people to make them smiling and happy? Like, there's this one thing about making a movie. Making a movie is not just about you know, going this way. Like, let's just go and do movie and just come and sit just watching it. Like, we make a movie based on people's happiness. And there's this one thing when we did this movie, it was like, bro, now we have actually done this movie. Like, how can we post this movie? Like, will people be like, I'm actually watching this, or will you just do this movie based on personal basis, or like just doing it and relax? That was what was our biggest fear. Like, it was what was the thing that hold us back. This movie should have been on the media since the 9th of May, but it's all just came off from nowhere. It was like, yeah.
You've done it. That must have been a relief. But please talk about this. And I'm sure people may have seen you on social media, but for those who haven't, tell them about the hardship that you had to go through to be able to produce this movie. I'll give them an example. So you recorded it on a borrowed iPhone 10 from the village that you're in, and you edited it on CapCut, which took 2 months to do. And you also recorded in 7 days without food or water because it was the month of Ramadan. So please go ahead. Tell
Exactly.
us what that time was like. It must have been stressful, busy, but also quite fun at the same time.
Well, yeah, we are actually a lot of obstacles while planning and trying to film this entire movie. It was this one thing. Like, now we want to do this movie. I just wish Stefan V. Fury, like the filmic ninja, was actually up here to hop on this. But on behalf of him, he's not actually here. I will just say this one. Like, at first, when we wanted to shoot this movie, there's this one thing. Like, y'all that actually don't know about the entire He Has Gone Road. The entire movie y'all just watch. It was never been scripted, as I stated to you earlier on. It was never been scripted, and it was never given to a specific cast. You all just saw in the movie. None of them actually hold the script. None of them actually read a specific line for an entire scene. All the scene you guys just watched was never been scripted, and none of the lines you guys listened to was written down. It was all just an improvised conversation. Like, that was one of the biggest challenge. And the second one was like, now we actually want to do this one. if we do not do this one now, we can never do it in our lives. Like, it can never be done, because now is the month of Ramadan. I was like, all of my cast are actually fasting. Like, how are they going to do this stuff? Like, are they really going to cope up to this? I was like, guys, are you really going to do this? They were like, bro, let's go out and do this. And it was one of the most shocking things ever. They were like, bro, let's go, let's do this. Like, we have passion for this. We want to show the world that we can do this, no matter the circumstance, no matter the challenges. And you won't believe, it was shot for complete 7 days, which it was a week. And the entire week was a pain, like, see, a severe pain. Just get this one thought, like, the month of Ramadan, we're the Muslim, like, we wake up in the morning, like, let's say 5 a.m. in the morning. You get to eat something, and after that, you will not get to eat until 7 p.m. or 7:15 p.m. in the evening, until you get to eat something. And cast, like, the cast you saw will be at the acting field 8:30 in the morning. They will be there just practicing, trying to get their stands, trying to do this stuff. There was no script. And they will be there from 8:30 in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon. Sometimes 5, sometimes 6:30, sometimes 7. There was this last days when we went to shooting. Woo! We stood up from 8 in the morning, 8 a.m. until oh my goodness, until 7:20.
Wow.
In the evening.
That takes some effort.
You won't believe.
That takes effort. And that takes dedication.
In the evening. That was the last day for shooting. And those guys, like, everybody was just shouting. I was like, come on, guys. It's so, they were, whenever they are shooting, they will be like, let's go.
And you were calm, because as OBJ told me before on the other interview, he did tell me that he's quite a relaxed guy, that he's open to do stuff. So he was just there thinking, why are they puffing their cheeks? They should just be calm and absolutely going through it in a nice, calm manner. Go ahead and talk to us about how you exported this 1 hour video premiere. I was told that you exported it in 13 to 16-minute clips, otherwise it would have crashed.
Well, towards that part, like, it was actually, blessing, and all thanks to God, because, like, the entire movie was actually not planned for an hourly movie. It was actually planned for just a specific skit, like, to show people, like, we can do this, like, we are creative, and Sierra Leone, we are part of the people that they will be classing, like, these people are so creative, like, they should be written down in the history book. That's what we are planning, not even a movie, because there was this one thing, like, how can we get to shoot a 1 hour movie, and how are we going to edit this one? All of a sudden, we went on the first day, we got to shoot. Second day, add up, and all of a sudden we are like, guys, let's take this stuff to an hourly movie. People, all of them, we are like, yeah, like, let's show them. I was like, okay, let's go. And Stefan V. Fury, like I said, Filmic Ninja, he should have been saying all this, but I'm going to say this on behalf of him, because he's not here. He's my editor and also my director, because I'm the CEO, producer, and co-director, co-editor, but I'll be saying this on behalf of him, because when we get to the editing process, CapCut have a specific duration, like, you can't edit beyond that, and the expectation of each scene that we get to it, like, we'll be editing it into a segment, like, sometimes 15 minutes, sometimes 16, sometimes 10 minutes. There was one time when we were actually editing, you won't believe what actually happened. The iPad let's say the tablet got frozen, like it was totally frozen. It was actually not even switching on, not to say to switch off, not even to display, like totally frozen. Like we were so crazy. It was frozen for over 6 hours. We are just like,
What's going to happen next? Where is this gone?
all of a sudden, someone just saw a teaser of our video, and it was like, I actually want to meet you guys. We are like, oh, we are so happy we get to meet him. Like, it goes by the name Mr. Mavic. It was like, you guys have challenge, you guys have potential. I have a laptop on me, like, I actually want you guys to have this one too. The very moment he gave us the laptop, like, I just wish I could scream that amount of scream. I was like, damn! The first thing that ran to our mind was, finally, the has gone work, exportation will be done. And the entire exportation takes, oh my goodness, 3 days to complete. 3 days. There was this thing when we actually studied exportation. There was this thing about lights, like this current, like those people used to take this electricity, like we were expecting the entire movie. It was actually 99%. You won't believe. We are like, all of a sudden, the light went off, and the entire laptop was actually having this battery issue. It can't save a specific current, like it can't, unless you due to connect it to the electricity. All of a sudden, light went off. We are like, another 3 days. That's how we get to put this stuff together.
So what did you do? Did you have to go? Did you have to render it all again?
Well, we actually start from, and we decided to to borrow a gem from a neighbor. We are in like by then we actually want to watch the movie together as family, and well, we are so stressed out. We get the gen, and we decided to take that time and sit because the very moment the light went off that very day, we are like, no, this time around we won't stop. And the gem was already at our doorstep. We said this one was complete, and it's actually the complete.
Well, good to hear.
Though it started from morning like 7, it ends until the exploitation does not end until 4:30 in the afternoon. Yes, that's how we get to put the exploitation together.
Well, you've managed to get a lot of hype and a lot of fans. Even someone's put a Brazilian flag in the comment section. This all came due to the power of social media, right? This is all because of the power of social media. And without it, I don't know what we'd do in the 21st century. So, when you decided to make this movie, obviously it took 2 months to edit, which is some time to be able to focus yourself on one project and have the hope that it would all come and plan out well. Talk to us about the movie then. He's Gone Rogue, The Return of Cyrus. I can start you off with a storyline where this guy called Frank is from another planet, and he's sent to Earth and wanted to escape an entity that's possessed his older brother, and Frank has forgotten the past. So what else happened in this? Tell people around the world what happened in this movie if they never watched it before.
Well, it was actually like I said, this was actually an improvised story, like which we decided to come together and decided to put it into this type of a way. Like we actually get to watch movies way back, like stories have been told. Like you'll be like, Jimmy, if you were me, like you'll be like, where can I start? Like there's no story for us to tell again, like in the movie stuff. There is no story people People actually never told us any story again. If you get to watch movies now, there is no storytelling. There is just action, 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 fighting, fighting scene. So that's how we come together and say, now we have to show these people like, Franklin, you're from another planet. So let's tell people that you are the most powerful being in your own planet, but you decided to escape your own planet to come to our hearts just for safekeeping. But there was this one thing disturbing you, which is the memory lost. But there is this one person that is always after you to get what you possess, which is your own brother, which is Cyrus. Though Cyrus is someone so different from Derek. There are two people. We have Cyrus, we have Derek. Cyrus is the evil being, while Derek is actually not an evil being, but just someone that was possessed by Cyrus to get everything all by himself, to rule the entire planet. All right. So there is this guardian you people saw, like, they try to defend their young king and their own clans. Like, they are the old people that thought that they have existed. And there's this part of the story wherein Hakim went to time and changed the entire mindset of time, wherein he brought back his his lover back to life, because due to depression, like, she's my heartbeat. Like, I need to bring her back to life. Like, I've never done this before. I don't know how time works, but I need to go back in time and bring her back. Hakim go back in time and decided to bring Jarvis. All of a sudden, the very moment he brought back Jarvis, there were two people that get to come back. I don't know if you get to reach to that part of the movie. We are two people that get to come back. The one have the same ability as Jarvis. He also disappeared. He mentioned the word like, damn, I'm having a beer and a Muslim charge after this. I don't know if you actually saw that part. Those people were brought back from time, which means those people have existed before those people, like only Michael and Derek knows of those people, not even Hakim, Dija, and Dora. So which complicated the entire timeline. We are people that we are brought back from back in time. So if we get to say we have those people back in time, so what do you expect? There might be there might be people also coming back from that time that was corrupted. So I don't know how you guys are actually set for episode 2, because this time around, Hollywood, not only Hollywood, but the Marvel, the DC, they will be cooked, because we are actually cooking. Yeah, we are actually cooking something big.
You're cooking
big this time around.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we are cooking something big with the same gadgets, the same thing. We will not wait for everything to come, but we will still doing it until everything gets to come.
And how are you making this the next movie? You said to me it's with the same equipment, right, that you used for the previous episode?
Yeah. We're actually still using the same equipment, because that's actually I won't lie, because I'm actually here talking to you. That's what we are proud of. We are proud of borrowing some equipment for shooting. We are still using the same borrowed iPhone 10X, and we are still using the same Amazon tablets to edit. So we won't stop.
For those who don't know,
let's find some big gadgets.
For those who don't know, so basically, this is OBJ from African Cinematic Universe, and we're interviewing him today about the whole process of this movie. He has gone rogue, The Return of Cyrus, which they're currently making episode number 2 for. But this one got quite well noticed, episode number 1, from Dylan Page on TikTok and various other people. because they recorded it on a borrowed iPhone 10 in the village that OBJ's in, and they edited it on CapCut, which took 2 months, and they edited it on a Samsung and an Amazon Fire tablet. And OBJ just spoke about them having to export it into 13 to 16-minute clips so they can export it without it crashing. It did still crash a few times, but then someone said, I've got a laptop here, you use this to upload and export, and that crashed again. So they've had a lot of bumps across the road, but currently that went live. It's got loads and loads of views, which I'm sure the whole people at African Cinematic Universe are proud of. But let's talk about why did you decide to start this? Was it because, as you said to me earlier, the big companies like Disney and Marvel, they don't care about their fan and the community? But why did you decide to start it? Why would people in Sierra Leone in a village decide to try and change the whole world of recording forever?
Well, the actual reason, like, we decided to start this, I would say, like, four things. Like, yeah, we have four things that we stated before we started this one. The first one was putting smile on fans' face, like getting people to believe in themselves, no matter the situation in life. The third one was, having this one thing showing to the world that Africa, Sierra Leone, have the potential and ability to challenge the big industry like the DC, the Marvel, and other Disney or so yeah, like we can challenge those people. And the last one is to tell people that never give up on what you are doing, no matter how small and how little it is. You might not be there as soon as possible. One day in life, you will reach there. Like, you will reach actually at the exact point, like the DC. Like, I won't say like we're actually battling with the DC or Marvel. No, we are actually not battling with them. We are just trying to show the DC and the Marvel that they are the people that actually show us something different when it comes to VFX and all. But they are the same people that needs to learn from people that doesn't have the same gadget as they do. Like, making a movie, it's not just actually by raising funds for yourself to feed families. No, it's actually making movies for the fans, because without the fans, you won't have those monies. Like, you won't have those money. Like, those income will not come into your pockets. So if you want to get the income into your pockets with a smiling face, you need to upload something to the media which people will watch and be like, whoa, the DC, the Marvel are actually doing this. Trust me, whenever you have that one thing which is called the income with a smiling face from you and from the fans based on the comments, that's one will give you the one thing called a boosting mindset to do something more and way bigger than that. Like I said earlier on, there has been no movie storytelling from those people now, like the Marvel and DC. Like, days in, days out, me and you get to say this one thing, like, people are actually seeing a lot of mistakes. Like, I'm not actually trying to criticize them, but we all need to learn from ourselves. Like, as I'm talking right now, there is one of the actress right here, the one that cast those wish, goes by the name Dora. She's actually here right now. Dora, hi. So we are, like I said, we are actually not challenging the Marvel or the DC. We are actually trying to tell those people and people out there that with or without the gadgets, you can and will do it and will match those people, no matter the graphic, no matter the budget, no matter the equipment. That's for sure.
Before we go on to a few quick fire questions. Talk to us about the premiere that you had. I saw a picture of it. You were in what looked to me what we'd have in England like a town hall, like a bit of a communal area, and you premiered. Was it the trailer or was it the actual movie that you premiered at that place?
Well, it was actually, the movie. It was not the entire, not only the trailer, but the entire movie, because it was actually our first. And people were actually so yummy about seeing stuff like that. Like they were like, for real, are you guys doing this stuff? There's this one thing when we get to pull out our posters, like this billboard, like we place them outside. There are these kids coming around like, oh, these people are actually doing a witch film. Like, I was
Oh, that's
like,
that.
come on.
Well, that's nice
You
though.
know what? Okay. Yeah, it's a wish film, no problem, but you guys will see what she actually needs to see. And we are like, guys, let's do this. And that day was one of the most stressful days of our lives and one of the most happiest days of our life, because it was our first. And the cast, my people, my family, they were so happy, so outstanding, so good looking, and they were all just jubilating around. People who are watching the film, they were like, damn!
That was you. Your
That's how
work.
people are like. And you won't believe, we kept old people, like ageable people from 70, 75 years, a whole night, let's say more than 4, 5, 6, 7 hours nights just to wait for that movie. They were all like, I will wait until I watch this movie. This movie, I want to watch it. They were like, you guys are so talented.
Look, someone even commented that
Because,
this man has good vibes. I mean, what's your response to that?
what?
Someone commented saying that this man has good vibes. You're a vibe. You're positive energy.
Well, I'll actually say if I'm vibing out because of my family, because I'm actually just happy, because those people, without them, I should have not have been here sitting talking this way, because they were the people that sacrificed not only themselves but their lives, because come on, the month of Ramadan, we are all fasting. The entire crew was fasting. Everybody, everybody. Dora, Hakim, Jarvis, Michael, Stefan, OBJ, Mr. Zayn, and the two, everybody you saw inside that movie was actually fasting. So I should just be vibing, because, come on.
Well, hopefully there's more to come.
Thank you.
I know there's an episode number 2 and more to come for sure. And there's some short form clips on your YouTube channel, which is now nearly getting to 15,000 followers. And it would be really interesting to look at the analytics, look at the information as to where your biggest fans are from. I wonder, would it be Africa? Would it be Europe? Where do you think your fan base is mainly built in?
This is actually a tough one.
Well, it's a random one, I know, but I just thought I'd ask you.
This is actually a tough one, but I'll just have to say something on it, because if you're talking about our fan base, I won't say it's actually Africa. No, it's not Africa.
Really?
Seriously, our fan base is not actually the most. It's the Europe, like the Europe, and you won't believe something, like every blessed day. Now we have the British people, we have the Argentines, we have the Portuguese, we have the Brazilians, we have the Mexicans, we have the Indians.
Crazy.
People are if I'm talking about Africa, if I'm talking about Africa, I'm only saying about Sierra Leone. Nowhere else.
Fair
Sierra
enough.
Leone.
Wow. So you'd say Britain is maybe one of the biggest hotspots for your movie and your creation. Someone commented, Jack Jim Jam. I know him all too well. He said, "Did you study filmmaking?"
Did you start filmmaking? Actually, this is actually a question. Well, I have never studied of filmmaking before. I've never watched even a tutorial before about filmmaking, not to say doing a research. It's actually just happened. I don't know how, but it turns out now like my biggest dream is to study about filmmaking, get on a paper and about filmmaking. That's my biggest dream right now.
Fair enough. So let's talk about then your long-term goals. So you're making episode number 2. You've just made episode number 1. Episode number 2. There could even be a chance for a new series. So maybe instead of He Has Gone Rogue, there could be a chance for something else. I mean, I'm sure you're all full of ideas and much better than what I could come up with now. But what would be your plans for the future? Would it be to grow that fan base even more across the world?
Well, talking about making a movie, it's not only about He Has Gone Rogue. If you guys actually went to our YouTube channel, you will saw something called you will see something called Combat Suits. It's a short teaser that was given to you guys, which was so different from He Has Gone Rogue, because it's actually not anything about this super power stuff or about this mutant stuff. It's actually something that deals with an hand-to-hand combat, like an
Is that
hand-to-hand combat, which was come on, gun stuff, and a martial arts, and
is that what you say gets the crowd going? Is that what people like to see? They like to see the combat. They like to see the good guys versus the bad guys. Is that what you think as a film producer? Do you think that's what the best thing is?
yeah, like I said, like I won't say that the best thing, but that's the one thing. Like people needs, like I said, people needs to be happy while watching something. Like you don't just go and give movie out there to people just because you want to give movie. You need to give movie to people for them to smile up and be this person that I need to eager for this type of movie. Like I get to saw something the very day that we drop. We premiered, like we do an online premiere for our teaser. They come back to people. We are like, I'm waiting all the way from Mozambique, all the way from Brazil, all the way from Argentina. I can't wait. Like when we drop the teaser, people we are like mad. Like, come on, you guys are about to drop another CapCut movie. This one has not even done yet. You guys want to finish Hollywood? I was like, come on, we are not trying to finish Hollywood. We are just trying to show Hollywood that we can match their stands no matter the gadgets we have.
Well,
And
absolutely.
we are actually trying to chase not only Africa but the European world. Like, we want to chase those people. Like, one.
You need to change mindsets. To be honest, that what stuck with me in the hour that I've spoken to you on Riverside, which didn't work, and on Instagram, is that what belief does to people like yourself can go really, really far. And I feel like, as you said to me, companies like Disney and Marvel, I feel like they of course they're big companies for a reason. People like their stuff, but people like you, and I really like the heartfelt, the things that you do off the top of your head, like you said to me. So you said you didn't use scripts, you just learnt them, and you did it how you went along, if that makes sense. And I feel like the big profit organizations should look to people like yourself and invest some sort of something, you know what I mean? Because I'm sure this is only the start, and this is like the seed that's going to be planting in a big tree. What is your goals? Your goals in terms of building a name for yourself in the film industry? You managed to get nearly 15,000 followers on YouTube, so many more followers on TikTok, followers here on Instagram. Is the mission to get out of Sierra Leone and to be able to go to America, or is the aim to be the best Sierra Leone filmmaking producing company there is?
Well, to answer to your question, it's actually a difficult one because every African, kids, every African grown-up people, may wish to go to the European world, but our dreams and our goals, I don't know for the next people, like some of the cast, I don't know for them, like I can't predict their hearts and mindset, but there is just one thing about me and my bosom, I could say filmic ninja, my director and editor. Our goal is this. We are actually not doing this stuff to go and develop the European world. The European world has already been developed. They just need a lot of improvements for it to reach way beyond how it is now. Our goal is to develop Africa, develop Sierra Leone, develop Africans, trying to go Africans together, unite Africans, challenging the European world, not challenging the white people, no, but the European world, trying to show the European world that Africans, Sierra Leoneans can do it in and out of Africa. Like, if we get to get a contract from let's say the Marvel, the DC, yeah, it's a big dream come true, and like something will be like, oh God, I was not expecting it, but it's actually happening. It will be a big slap on our faces. Like, if we get to accept that contract, like we just get to leave, it's a room for improvement. Why should they not take that contract, scrap that contract, take the money, take the equipment, and say, okay, you guys, you can have this. Show us what you can do. Not just something like, you guys come and just let's come do this stuff. You guys will have this amount of percentage. No, we are not here to develop the the European people. We are here to show the European people that African can do it, while they are already doing it, like we can do it, and we can match to them, and we are chasing them, and we can do it, and we can show them that it's not all the time to come and pick us here, go develop, dreams fade away, just doing stuff for the cash. There's a difference between passion, doing it for passion, mission, ambition, love, unity, and as family. If you want to do this stuff, here, not here, but here, the heart. This one and this one is quite different. You do it for this, not for this. You use this to do it for this. That's our motive, and that's our goal for.
OBJ, I couldn't tell you how long we've been talking now, but I'm sure it's been over half an hour. I'm sure on Riverside, if we ever get that to work again, that's probably about half an hour as well. So I'd say an hour. I've been talking to you, and I still haven't asked you the question of what is it like to plan a movie? Do you sit down? Do you say this time we should make it a bit more like this? This time we should make it like this? How on earth do you have a blank piece of paper, and how do you turn it into more than just a blank piece of paper?
Well, making a movie at our stands is one of the most difficult things. Like I said earlier on, I've mentioned this one person over and over and over. He goes by the name, the filmic ninja, a brother to me, like a mentor. The co-founder of the African Cinematic Universe. The two of us actually work this way when it comes to movie stuff. There's this one thing, like if like how me and you are talking right now, I would just be like, Jimmy, how about we get to create a movie talking about this tag? Like this tag have all the secrets about the world. Like, you will be like, how are we going to do that? I will be like, okay, Jimmy, now let's take it this way. Now we're going to take this tag, place it at a specific place where someone, or let's say a kid that has been raised up by a scientist, which the scientist has been doing this stuff for the past years, trying to figure out how to crack the code inside the specific card to get the entire secrets of the world. But there is one person that actually knows the entire secrets for this card, like the secret code. There's only one person. That's the kid, the little kid. But that kid is so young and don't know anything. But being young, he has this one thing, which is Papa always holding this one tag, always holding this one tag intact. Whenever his daddy try to pick up this one tag, he'll be like, no, 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 no. Always trying to have the tag all by himself. So if you get to have the tag all by yourself, like, you might figure out something out from it while growing up because you are so addicted to that tag. That's how me and Stefan, the filmic ninja, gets to do our movie stuff. Like, we sit up all night on the phone chatting about how to make a movie. Bro, how about we do this one? Okay, bro, we change up to this idea and get to put this one this way. Okay, no problem. I will explain to you the entire story, and then after that, I will just be like talking on the phone. I will just go and pen down a specific let's say a specific title. Like, I would just go and pen down a specific title, be like, okay, this is the title of the entire movie, and he would just be like, okay, bro, I'm actually going to pen this down. He would just be sketching. This is how the action will be like. This is how the conversation will be like. That's all. That's all, Jimmy. That's how we do our stuff.
That's very unique and very, very great to hear. OBJ, I think it's been a great interview. I think we managed to understand what it's like for me as well, because as you know, I'd like to say a football guru. I don't know, a football fan, should we just say? But yeah. I've never dived into the world of film as I have done today. So I really thank you for that. And obviously, I wish African Cinematic Universe all the best. I'll be keeping in contact and watching everything, I'm sure. So I really thank you and appreciate you coming on today.
Thank you so much. Perfect.
What a pleasure. What an absolute pleasure. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed. This is OBJ. What a guy.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Amazing, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.
Thank you, Jimmy.